Yeah, Levi, erase that blob.
Oh, you caught me. I'm in the hallways of Harvard and working on a very complex math problem. Oh, I must be very smart.
You need therapy from Robin Williams.
Yeah, but I'm gonna reject him at first and be mean to him about his passed away wife.
Those are your defenses from your rough childhood.
Right, but it's not my fault.
It's not your fault. Hey, it's not your fault.
Stop it.
Don't you know
Stop it.
that it's not your fault?
Stop. Oh!
Do you get it now?
Yes, all my problems are fixed.
That's all that it takes.
Then you make a movie about it. That was actually their relationship in real life at the time.
No way.
Oh no.
You know, I didn't realize that it was about a guy named Will Hunting. I thought it was like, hey, you're gonna go hunting? Here's Goodwill. I didn't know. I just didn't know.
You just didn't know. It's not your fault.
There is no way for me to know. Don't you see that?
I see that. I also see that every time you exhale, the breath goes out the eyeball holes of that mask and fogs up your glasses.
Well,
I really hope they can see it, but unlikely.
That's how lions work.
Oh, they breathe out of their eye holes?
Yeah, did you not know that?
I didn't know that, but it's not my fault.
What do you think about the two of us doing a sick dance break? Yeah, Levi, erase that blob.
Oh, you caught me. I'm in the hallways of Harvard and working on a very complex math problem. Oh, I must be very smart.
You need therapy from Robin Williams.
Yeah, but I'm gonna reject him at first and be mean to him about his passed away wife.
Those are your defenses from your rough childhood.
Right, but it's not my fault.
It's not your fault. Hey, it's not your fault.
Stop it.
Don't you know
Stop it.
that it's not your fault?
Stop. Oh!
Do you get it now?
Yes, all my problems are fixed.
That's all that it takes.
Then you make a movie about it. That was actually their relationship in real life at the time.
No way.
Oh no.
You know, I didn't realize that it was about a guy named Will Hunting. I thought it was like, hey, you're gonna go hunting? Here's Goodwill. I didn't know. I just didn't know.
You just didn't know. It's not your fault.
There is no way for me to know. Don't you see that?
I see that. I also see that every time you exhale, the breath goes out the eyeball holes of that mask and fogs up your glasses.
Well,
I really hope they can see it, but unlikely.
That's how lions work.
Oh, they breathe out of their eye holes?
Yeah, did you not know that?
I didn't know that, but it's not my fault.
What do you think about the two of us doing a sick dance break?
I feel pretty good. 1, 2, 3, go!
You've got to do better than that, Mr. Levi. Are you okay?
I'm okay, but my marker's not.
You're ruining the dance break. 7:30 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
The Cram Session has begun. Welcome Here in the Moment. Welcome Robbie Expert. Welcome Stream Elements. Welcome the giveaway. This is a big day for everyone. There's an SAT tomorrow. Your life will be experiencing an SAT tomorrow. Actual nerds. Yes. No, you.
We're going to probably say this a bunch more times, but here in the moment, we are doing a giveaway now. So if you do... Oh, shoot. I forget what the command is. Here in the moment, try ! enter. Just type that in chat and see if that enters you in the giveaway. You give that a shot. Or a ticket.
Well, there we go. So ticket.
I think you get 1.
Pepe laugh. Levi laugh. Levi.
Yes.
Laugh. No, that was the first time the Stream Element said that.
Okay.
So it's we're good. Don't worry. Ah, yes, the SAT.
Oh, it's got instructions there. One of the founding fathers.
The SAT?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just try doing ! Enter, or sorry, ! Ticket, and then that's it. that'll probably enter you once, unless everybody's already entered, which is also a
About
possibility.
35 tickets?
I think it's based on time they've watched, like how much time they've spent watching us, or something like that. Do you remember that?
Yeah, no, wait, but it says, say exclamation point ticket 35 to buy 35 tickets.
Yeah, you can buy fewer than 35 tickets.
Oh. They should probably tell you that.
No, we told them.
Okay.
All right, I'm making a Reddit post.
All right. Commands.
Why is this
Roby, you're quite adept here at using these commands. I'm impressed. If I were your age, I don't think I would be my age. That's all I got to say about that. What do we want to talk about? What do we want to talk about? Let's get one of these questions up and running. You ever do this one? Doesn't look like it.
Let's make sure that person's here, though.
Dude, there's no one here right now.
Then do a Reddit question so we can comment.
Fine.
Howdy.
I don't like it.
You don't like it, eh?
No, I don't like it. Is that what you wanted to hear?
No? Did you?
Yes. All right. We want new on the ACT. Why am I on the ACT? Let's go to the SAT. Ooh. Roby Expert has spent 9 hours and 20 minutes watching Nerdish. That's a solid chunk of time, Roby. Some would be very flattered by that. And some definitely include Levi and me. How about that? Levi and me.
Yes.
I still don't like the way it sounds, but you know, it's fine.
That's your fault.
Okay. This was posted a week ago. Let's not do that one then.
You have to...
I went to new. Final stretch, boys. Let's get. Why is this all 7 days ago?
refresh the page.
There we go. Okay, whatever. Man, whatever. Let's get a picture. Oh, that's a good question. Here we go. 1 hour ago. All right, I got a question, Levi.
How many has it been answered already?
It has been.
Ideally, we don't do that, but if there aren't other questions, which would surprise me a lot.
There haven't been any in like the past minute, so like they're all going to be answered because everyone's on this thing right now.
That's true.
I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it, Levi.
All right. Why
Okay.
does it say we're offline?
Okay. The question is, are SAT sessions scheduled nationwide? When you say sessions, do you mean like actual administrations of the exam? Because yes, they are. It is a nationwide day tomorrow that students across the country take the SAT. Was that your question? You're talking about nerdish SAT sessions. I'm already yawning. Oh, geez, that's not a good sign. Oh, God. You need. I asked 2 questions. I always forget this, and then you say yes, so I don't know which one you're talking about. But then again, by the time you typed in yes, I probably hadn't actually said the second question yet on your stream. So that's fair. I will give you that one. So I'm not sure if I answered your question, but if I did, then we're all set. Very good. Very good. So in the figure above, ABC and DEC are right triangles. If CD is equal to 20 and the tangent of angle ABC is 2.5, what is the length of segment ED? Ooh, what do we got here? What link did they just send? I missed it. Also pretty. Yes, thank you. Yep, I'm wearing hats. The hair is getting a little unruly, so just for the time being, I'm going to tame it with a hat. And it is a Cubs hat. I'm mildly a Cubs fan. I'm more a Cubs fan than any other baseball team.
Is that because you grew up in the Cubs?
Yeah, I grew up in the Cubs. I was raised by Cubs. All right, so these are both right triangles and they share this angle. What this is screaming out at me is similar triangles. They have to be similar triangles. They both have right angles, they both have this angle, so therefore if all angles have to add up to 180, then these two angles have to be the same as well, and they look pretty similar because they are. So we can use proportions. If you identify similar triangles, that means you can use proportions to find missing side lengths, but we also have trig to do here. So this right here is 20 from here to here. That's 20. And the tangent of angle ABC. Okay, so let's put some letters here. A, D, B, E, C. Tangent of angle ABC, which is ABC. So this angle, tangent of this angle is 2.5. And what they want to know is ED. So what is this right here? Okay, this is excellent. This is excellent. So here's the thing. If the tangent of this angle is 2.5, then because this is the same angle, the tangent of angle E will also be 2.5. And I know I actually should say DEC, but for now I'm just going to shorten it and say it's angle E. So if that's the case, we can also set that equal to the normal definition of tangent, which is opposite over adjacent, which in this case is 20 over x for that smaller triangle. And now we know that that's 2.5, so we just have to solve this. So I will multiply x to the other side. We're going to get 20 is equal to 2.5x, and then I shall divide both sides by 2.5. And I will do it with gusto. 2.5. Not my best 2. Sorry about that. And that right there is 200 over 25, which is going to be equal to 8. So x is equal to 8, I believe. Yes, yes, Roby. That is also the answer that I procured. So, great minds think alike. Something, I don't know. All right, Levi, I did it.
You did?
I did. Are you proud of me?
I'm always proud of you,
That's not true.
despite what you do.
In spite of what I do,
Yeah.
you're still somehow proud of me.
Yep. All right. Don't think there are new questions. There's just our post. Did you see our post?
Should I upload it or something?
Yeah. Why don't you do that?
All right.
Make it kind of fun.
Oh, all right.
What's happening?
Hold up. I gotta send a quick little email.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, your former student got back to me, by the way.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I talked to the mom. Setting it up.
Big time.
Yep.
Big time. Okay, I actually have to go look at an answer key upstairs in my room. I'll be right back.
Okay. That is fine. Okay, so if you're new here, ask your questions. If you don't have a Twitch account, you can go to YouTube if you have a YouTube account, or Facebook if you have a Facebook account. Either way, ask your questions. Ask your questions. Okay, let us do something else now. I think we still might have some Discord questions. But possibly not. Done those. Let's go to the SAT. Let's go to writing on the SAT. There you go, Roby. Gross. Not useful. Also not useful. All right, so most of this is useless. No questions. Roby, are you entering the Discord? You wouldn't do that, would you? Did we do this question? I don't think we did. So let's do this one. Oh, you're just getting the Discord link. Very smart. It's always good to have the Discord link. All right. So here's the... Oh, wait, no. We definitely have a picture here. Yeah, that's useful. Okay. So, we have this triangle, and in the triangle above, it's a right triangle, which is shown there. Sine of theta equals 2 over 5. Ah, okay. So, let's draw this guy. We have a right angle there. That's a 10, that's an A, that's a theta, that's a B. I assume this is C. It is. Cool. So we've labeled this, and now they're saying that sine of theta is 2 over 5, right? If we're saying that, which you'd be right in saying that because they tell you that. If sine of theta equals 2 over 5, that's the same thing as opposite over hypotenuse, yeah? Which opposite is here. The hypotenuse is this 10, yeah? Hey, Bird, we got a here in the moment question about calculator programs.
Oh.
We will get to that in a sec. Here in the moment. Here in the moment. Are you a senior? Is here in the moment a senior?
Here in the moment.
Thank you. Okay. So from here we can create a proportion. We're saying, okay, we know that it's got to be 2 over 5. Opposite over hypotenuse is 2 over 5. So instead of hypotenuse here, this has to be a 10 based on that 10. Yeah? So we're going to get, eventually, you are. Okay. So did you hear what I said earlier about the giveaway or no? Is that what you were asking about earlier? Oh, okay, okay. So just do exclamation point enter. Just do that right now. Exclamation point enter. So from all of this stuff, we get that the sine of theta, ooh, look at that, huh? Pretty exciting. 2/5. It must be 2/5. They tell us that. And then we can see that it's going to be opposite. And let's call this, let's leave it as opposite. We have opposite over 10. So now we're just going to look at this guy here. And that we can solve for opposite. And we would get 10, we would multiply 10 to the other side. Or you could eyeball it and see that this should be 4. So the opposite will equal 4. You excited about that here in the moment? That's the giveaway. Okay, that's this question. I forget whose this was, but I hope that makes sense. Okay, very good. All right, that's enough of that. Let's do something else. Maybe there's a Reddit question by now. Maybe not. No. You know what, Brady?
What?
We should probably have streamed later. My guess is people aren't quite studying yet.
You don't know that. Well, the nice part is that our stream actually does go later.
That's true. Someone sent over a Math 2 test asking for a friend. Who's giving? What's happening? I'm sorry, I missed this. I don't understand this interaction here. But I'm confused. You want to ask me a question for a friend, or you're saying this is someone who's cheating? I don't understand. You want to ask a question about Math 2? We can do Math 2. We don't have a ton of people here. We could do... You did that one. Let's see. Is this one well answered?
Someone asked for ellipses.
Oh.
Ellipses.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking the writing one, which is not on the test.
Yeah.
Ellipses are on the math section, not
The reading section.
the reading or writing section.
Yeah, we can do ellipses. Are you done with this or what?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
done.
Show you some ellipse stuff?
I think so.
Okay. I think I can do that.
I'll draw you an ellipse.
Thank you. That's so nice of you to do that.
Yep.
That's such a bad ellipse.
You're a bad ellipse.
Wow, I'm erasing this immediately.
Why?
Because it's a bean.
Yeah.
It's not an ellipse.
You like beans.
It had an indentation. It was concave for the sake of all that is not concave. All right. The formula for an ellipse. We're going to start with the basic one that's centered at the origin, and then we'll move it around a little bit. We'll play with it. It'll be fun. Is x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared is equal to 1. Okay? And here's what that means. There are two different kinds of ellipses you might have. You might have one that is horizontally oriented. You also might have one that's, you guessed it, vertically oriented. If they were neither horizontally nor vertically oriented, you'd have a circle. It wouldn't be an ellipse.
Circle.
Circle.
Who asked for ellipses?
Here in the moment.
Okay.
Okay. So, here's what A and B represent. A is the x radius. There is another way to say that, but I prefer x radius. This will be what makes sense to your brain. That is A. B is the y radius. Okay? Not the whole thing, just the y radius, which is b. But in the formula, it is b squared. Can it be rotated? I'm sorry, Roby, we do not have the technology at this point in our civilization to rotate ellipses. Can it be rotated? Roby, I mean, I'm not sure I understand your question.
I think the question is like, can the semi-major axis be diagonal? And the
It
answer
says
is
that we're lagging.
no.
Yeah, it's only vertical or horizontal. You can't have it in like a diagonal direction.
Is anybody else getting that we're lagging? Hello. That's sail or sigh or say or something?
You want to check your computer?
No.
Why not?
Hey, you have other questions? Yes. Is this covered on math level 2 or SAT math?
Both. You have to know it for both.
Yeah. It's not super common on the SAT main test. It's more common on the ACT, but it could be there.
Are programs allowed? Yes, they are. Everything's allowed on the SAT. Every kind of calculator, every kind of program, except for calculators that have like internet functionality. Yes, they are. And one of the channels in our Discord is calculator programs where I give instructions on how to get them and which ones to have. And I have the actual files on there so you can download them onto your calculator. If you have a TI calculator, I'm talking TI 83, TI 84, TI 84 plus CE, all that stuff. So check that out. All the instructions should be on there. You need to have your cable. If you don't have your cable, then you are out of luck. Or you are in not luck. What are you doing there? Oh. Did you do it upside down? What? I don't think the quotes aren't there.
Crap.
Come on, leave. Are we still lagging?
I don't think we're lagging.
I would like to give them an example
Of what?
of an ellipse.
I'd like to write this.
Well, it looks
I
like
guess we
we're
should
in a standstill.
Maybe I'll do this and you explain what I'm doing, and you do this and I'll explain what you're doing.
All right. So
this is an ellipse,
you need to
and Brady's writing the words x squared
write
over
exclamation
something.
point
He's talking
enter
about,
in order to enter this contest.
And this is so these are.
And you need to
perfect
write
squares,
this
which
in the
is nice.
chat if you want to.
This
that.
is very difficult.
It is.
I don't know. Did anybody learn
it can
anything
be rotated
just
with
then?
an XY component.
Not on the SAT, you can't.
Yeah, you're not going to see that.
So to enter the college
I'm writing the ellipse.
essay
What are you eating?
revision.
Jeez. One of our roommates. Don't even get us started.
Don't get us started.
Yeah,
It's actually not though.
that's true. Currently, he's not.
Yeah.
So in this one,
We need to tell him that we can't go tonight at all.
to his
Right.
birthday party.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
A squared is 25. That's what's under the x. So you have to take the square root of it to get a, and that's going to be 5. So our x radius is 5. So from here to here, that's 5. This is 5. Great. I'm off screen a little bit. Didn't realize that. The y radius, if this is b squared, then b is 6. So we go up 6 and down 6, and this is totally off the screen. I need to change this. I'm going to write it over here. So we go 5 to the left and right, and we go 6 the up and down. So this is a vertically oriented ellipse. It looks like I drew a crappy circle, but it's actually an ellipse that's vertical. That is just slightly larger in its y component than its x component. Okay? Remember, you have to take the square root of these. Take the square root of those, and those are just the radii, the x and y radii, not like how long the whole axis is. Now, one thing you'll notice is that it has to be set equal to 1. So if you see something like this, x squared, we'll say x squared plus, let's say x squared over 4 plus y squared over 6 is equal to 10. This is not yet in standard form because it's set equal to 10. So you have to divide everything by 10 in order to do this. And what you will get when that happens is x squared over 40 plus y squared over 60 is equal to 1. And now you have your a squared and your b squared. Now you're cooking with proverbial gas. Now you're off to the proverbial races. Proverbially.
Okay, we're going to pull a question from Reddit. For those of you who are here from Reddit, you're making an enormous mistake by watching us and not asking questions.
Really?
You should ask questions. This is actually worse than not watching us and not asking questions.
That's true, isn't it?
This is much worse.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
why are they doing this to themselves?
Also,
Levi?
if you didn't know about us until now, we've been free this whole time. And you've been wasting a lot of money
by not watching us. Yeah.
People just don't understand that. Are you
YouTube
done?
viewers, they can account. Last thing. If it's not centered at the origin, you have to do this with it. You can erase all that stuff.
Here?
Yeah.
We're also on YouTube and stuff like that, so you can find us there if you have a YouTube account.
Everything is the same, except if you have a new center that's not the origin, a center h comma k, you have to put that in for h and k in this formula, okay? So if we were centered at 6 comma negative 2, your formula would look like x minus 6, because you're subtracting h and subtracting k over a squared, plus y plus 2 squared over b squared is equal to 1. And all that jazzy jazz.
Thank you, Roby. We appreciate that.
Roby asked for the word of the day.
Oh, okay. I don't have a word. Do you have a word? Oh, you do.
I do have a word. Yes.
So that link that Roby just got put in the chat, follow that link and you can send us questions on our Discord. And you might have to... I don't know what's happening now.
Here in the moment, I'm sorry. You can watch the video. It is recorded. Yes. Yes, here in the moment, find a good ellipse question and ask us it. And we can go through it again. It'll be great.
Or ask it about us.
Yeah, ask it us. Keep going. Don't stop erasing.
No, I can't.
It's doing great.
I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, we're on YouTube if you want to watch us there and you want to ask your questions there, or you can ask your questions in our Discord, which hasn't happened, or you can mention us on Reddit if you want, and then we'll just pick out the Reddit questions.
I would prefer that you open up 3 windows. 1, Facebook, 2, Twitch, and 3,
the bedroom.
YouTube, the bedroom window. She came in through the bedroom window. That's not, it's bathroom window.
Okay.
She had to take the John. No.
What do you say?
I don't know. I'm changing the lyrics. They're going to sue me. Anyway, yeah, get all windows open so we're just coming at you from 3 different directions.
Yep.
That is definitely the way to experience Nerdish.
Adam Hacks has entered the Discord, so Adam is going to make a lot do today.
Big time.
Yeah.
He's going to absorb a lot of utility from this.
Yep, so much utility. Also, if you're a senior, you can enter a raffle that we're doing tonight. So just do ! Enter, and then we can help you with your college essay for an hour.
Roby,
into that.
You think it's 3 times the information. Actually, it is 9 times the information because it's equal to the number. So info is equal to the number of windows squared. So that if you suddenly have 3 times as many windows, it turns into 9w squared. So it's 9 times the information. Stupid. Well, hey, at least I don't talk about test prep all the time.
You just dug yourself a huge hole because you do.
Can we talk about word of the day?
Yes, talk about word of the day.
All right.
I'm going to erase your uselessness here.
Good.
Thanks
Word
for the follow,
of
Dignify.
the day.
Also, we stream normally, too. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays we stream, and it's the same exact thing, except we don't annoy people on Reddit about it, because we would get in trouble for doing it too
Here's
much.
the word of the day.
The word of the day.
The word of the day is frethword.
That's not a real word.
No, it's the word of the day. How can it not be a real word if it's the word of the day?
Okay.
Only I know the word of the day. 25% increase in my score. Roby.
Yes, Roby, since you're not taking the test, yes, you will have a score increase of 25%.
For anyone watching, search up superhero pose Grey's Anatomy in Google Images. Good luck, Dignify. And why should they do that? Dignify, pray tell us. Should we go do it right now? Leave it and do it?
No,
We can pull up the window. Okay, fine.
We can't. We don't have internet.
We don't?
No.
That's wildly false. They know we have internet.
They don't know that.
For the college essays, how does it work if we win? You'll know.
We'll tell if you don't know. We'll tell you if you win. But basically, we'll do a video chat. If you don't want that, then we can do audio. I'm a big audio guy.
If you don't like that, you can just do mute blind. Like
we
you
can
don't
also
hear
maybe
see.
be pen pals for a while. Just the handwritten word is very
beautiful.
powerful these days.
You got to use like a quill and ink that you dip it
So
into.
just by hand write out your entire college app essay. I will mark it up, and then I'll tear it up and throw it in the garbage, and that'll be the end of it. Okay.
And that's he'll do all that for free.
No, you got to pay for that.
What a great deal.
If you send me the garbage can, I'll do it.
Sometimes I want to spin you. Can I spin you?
No, I hate it when you spin me.
What do you mean? You don't even know what
It
I
makes
mean.
me worry about my knees.
What do you think I mean when I say spin you?
Like, take me by the shoulders and turn me around.
Just give me your right
I don't
hand.
want that.
No, trust me.
No, we have to
It'll
teach
be
people.
graceful. Don't you want it to be graceful?
Like graceful anatomy?
Here, get over here. All right, ready? Just like that. That's all I wanted to do.
Oh.
Yes. SAT.
ACT.
It's that easy. Anyway, you might be wondering, hey, frethword, what does that mean? What is the language of origin? And how can I use it in my daily life? Great 3 questions. What was the first thing, the definition?
I think they said, why would we care? I think is the first question.
Okay, number 1,
Yeah.
why would we care?
Yeah.
Because everybody is buying stock
Oh, yeah.
in frethword these days.
The exchange rate with Bitcoin is actually pretty good right now.
Yeah. And the forecasts say that frethword is going to become extremely valuable in not a lot of time. Zero pose is exactly what it's called. Use zeros and hands on hips, legs forward,
Yeah.
orange. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't do it for 6 minutes, otherwise you die. And also don't do it during the test sections.
Dignify. Why don't you ask us a question? We're waiting for people to ask us questions. Leo,
All right,
pull up a
let's-
question.
I got a question right here.
Levi's
I just want
got a question.
Someone
Dignify.
who's actually watching us to ask us a question.
Yes, we would like that.
I hate everyone.
Well, we can also just give near piecewise functions. Yes, we can.
Yes. There we go.
Okay. So,
Piecewise is on the SAT. 1. SAT main, whatever. Can I draw it for you? Or do you want to draw it
hold on.
bit by bit?
Very good. Can you go over piecewise functions? It's on math 2 again, sorry. Check derivability of a piecewise function. You should see if it's continuous.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's pretty easy.
But that's
It's
not on the
continuous.
SAT.
Yeah.
Piecewise can be.
Levi's going to draw you a piecewise function.
Oh, it's
These
so...
are the most peaceful of the functions.
Yes.
By far.
Yes.
They will wage no war
Nope.
as long as they are peaceful and wise.
Yep.
I apologize that you had to just hear those words. So, what's going on here is that the function is defined as pretty much 2 different miniature functions for a certain domain.
They're so small.
Absolutely. Yes. So, we keep in mind we've got inequalities here.
Yeah, so
Well, open dot, closed dot. Open dot, closed dot.
Does that explain that?
It's going to be something
I think we
interesting.
should erase it. Can we erase it now?
No, do it.
Okay.
Jeez.
So I'm going to draw this function here, 2x plus 3. It has a y-intercept of 3, and it goes up 2 over 1, so it'll look something like that.
Yeah, why not?
But the interval matters, okay? That's very important. Now I just erase the function for where it's not on that interval, because I only want to draw the function where it is on that interval, which is when x is less than -1. So this is all gone, that's all gone, that's all gone. And now x is -1 is right there, and Brady's drawn an open circle because it's less than, it's not less than or equal to, so it's not defined at x equals 1 there.
Here in the moment, no derivative here. No. Roby's just screwing with you. You don't need to do any of that.
Literally never listen to anything Roby says unless it's about my arithmetic, because Roby has never been wrong about my arithmetic.
Very true. No calculus on math 2. No calculus in math 2. Don't worry.
So, -x squared is an upside down parabola. If you want to know about how to do parabolas, great. Also, if you want reading or writing or not science, because it's not ACT tonight, you can do that too. Ooh, that looks fun. You want to do it in green?
I just thought it'd be fun.
Okay.
Keep in mind, though, closed dot.
So close.
Otherwise, we would not have a function because it would not pass the
vertical line test.
My arm is a
Sorry.
vertical line.
And it's a test.
If we got to this point right here and there were 2 different points for which the function was defined, we would have a problem because that would mean there are multiple outputs for a single input.
Yep.
It's not okay. So when you get to this little open dot, you jump straight down here. So it means you're okay. You're okay. This is a piecewise function. Here in the moment, any specific questions about piecewise functions? If you want to find a piecewise function question somewhere and then send it our way, that'd be kind of fun. We'd like that.
Remember to sneak up on it, because they are, while peaceful, very skittish.
Very skittish.
They do not defend themselves no matter if they are attacked or not.
Slayer Dar, things are transpiring quite efficiently. You know, we should probably just start doing lessons on stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was about to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to do commas.
Levi's going to do commas.
Yeah, does everybody know the 4 uses of commas that are on the SAT? If you don't, say nothing.
Dignify. This is for you. Do you know? Don't ew.
Don't do commas?
Watching a really cool documentary on Netflix. Don't ew. That is so basic. Slayer Darth, it's not basic. That's acidic. That's a really easy one. That's something that like Brendan would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dignify. We're going to do commas for you now.
What are the 4 uses of commas, dignify?
Yeah, dignify.
Yeah, dignify.
Yeah, if that is your real dignify name. I won't dignify that question with a response.
Dignify, if you're a senior and you want to get a chance to win a free hour of college essay, then do that.
All right.
That type of thing.
Give them 4 uses of commas. Sorry.
There you go. You got it. Good
Give
job.
them
And we're going to do this at the end of the night at 8 p.m.
commas.
Our time.
Our time.
Our time.
Do the commas.
I don't want to do the commas. I want to do something more difficult.
What do you mean? You just said you were going to do commas.
Yeah, that's true.
No one's signing up. Do commas.
That's true. All right, let's do commas. There is a good question, though, on the Reddit.
Oh, yeah?
Subreddit. I mean, subreddit. Here, I'll pull that up.
Yeah, you should.
Because we only got 1 response, and it was negative about commas.
Oh.
Let me just make sure.
I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep because the SAT is tomorrow. And if I fall asleep, I will never wake up. Even if I miss the test, I will still fail the test because I don't want to fall asleep because I have a concussion. You want me to do it or you want to do it?
Why don't we do it?
Dignify, we have internet. We're streaming. Levi was being a bozo. As the French say, bozo.
Bonjour.
That was flawless. Thank you. Thank you. I've been working on my pipes. No, facetious. Can we go over some of the linear quality equations that often crop up in
Fascist is the right word.
SAT
there.
practice tests online? Slayer Darth. Yes, we could.
We can, right after this. Slayer, are you taking the test tomorrow?
Linear
Okay.
inequalities.
Yeah, we can do linear inequalities.
We love
let's,
those.
Let's let me tell you about this biology class that
Please.
I was in once.
Do you want me to stand behind the class?
I don't know what that means. Yeah. Okay. So this is from Reddit. In a bio class, 3 multiple choice tests were given. Those are labeled up there. Then we have Sue, Juan, and Latoya. Okay. On a Are you serious?
What?
All right. On a given test, each question, sunspot, worth the same number of points. Sure. And then the table above lists the number of questions answered correctly and the total number of points received by each student. How many points were awarded for each question on test 2?
Oh, geez, this is going to be a thick system.
Whoa, this is a thick, thick system.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so because there are a bunch of things we don't know here. Brady, what do we not know that might end up becoming a variable?
We don't know how many points you get for a question on test 1. You don't know how many points you get for a question on test 2. And you don't know how many points you get for every question on test 3.
Yes.
We can create 3 different equations
Let's
here.
just do A, B, and C.
Sure.
Okay, so A is point
Per
per question
on test 1.
on test 1. B is point per question on test 2. And C is not like those at all.
Is this a math 2 question? I feel like this very much is.
Is it? Then I could
This is a
drop it.
3-variable, 3-equation system.
It's also question 50, so that's a good point. That's not possible. Okay, we're not doing this.
We know how to do it, but trust me, there are more than 20 of you guys watching. Ask us questions. This has never been created up like Kramer here. You, I believe, could, but you don't need to. I believe you could, though. This has never been seen. Yeah, this is math 2.
It is 3, Dignify. Does that help?
He's just saying that because you told him to tell him that. That's all. Yeah, you'd have 34x plus 15y plus 9z equals 177. You do the same thing for all those. You start doing some substitutions. You start doing some eliminations. You can put it in row echelon form on a matrix. Okay, thanks, guy in purple shirt and glasses. I didn't realize. You didn't realize me? Oh, what's your name, by the way? What's my name? Levi, what's my name?
Caw.
That's right. Caw! That's my name. They call me Bird because it's short for
baby.
Brady.
Let's do it, Brady.
My name is Brady. BR80 or Brait D. I don't like that. Brait E. Now Brady. Yeah.
All right, we have a very exciting math question to do.
But for those of you who work with me and stream with me, my name is Bird. Because I like to fly around and I build nests and I kind of scuttle around on the forest floor.
He's a scuttler.
Scuttler! I'm a scuttler! Ah! Do you like that?
No, I hated it.
I also didn't like it. I don't know why you want me to do
I
that.
didn't ask you to do it.
Ooh, symmetry. I love these ones.
Yeah,
Do you like these ones?
I do.
You guys are in for a treat.
Oh yeah, someone said that to you, right?
What?
The Brady.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are live. Lenify! Lenify is watching on YouTube.
You're live, Lenify. Actually, we can't.
You know who's not
be sure of
live?
that.
My great-great-grandfather.
Yeah?
Yep.
Ah.
There was a time when he was. But the concept of what we're doing now would blow his mind.
That's cool.
Joseph, I believe was his name, a long time ago.
The equation above is true for all x, where a and b are constants. What is the value of a, b? Okay, there is a way to do these problems. I think they're also pretty recognizable, so I'm not going to go into the details of why everything is said the way it's said. But you have an equation. X is the only variable. You're trying to figure out what a and b are, and you can figure that out by making the equation symmetrical. So you set them up so that you have your x cubed term, then your x squared term, then your x term, then your constant term, and then do that on the other side as well. So let's make sure that can happen. We're going to FOIL, distribute, whatever you want to say, on the left side so that we get that all nice looking. So that will be
5ax cubed.
5ax cubed. And then we're going to do minus
AB x squared.
Yes. Squared plus 4x.
ax.
And then we're going to do plus 15x squared. Keep going, Brady.
Minus 3bx. plus 12. And then I'll write the other one underneath. You want to just write equals right there?
I'm just going to simplify this side first because the other side's fine.
Very good, very good.
All right, so then we're going to simplify this a little bit, put like terms together, so we get 5ax cubed. So that guy's gone. And now we have 2x squared terms. This is one of the harder parts of this type of question. And now we are live on Twitch. Yes. Okay, so we have this x squared term here, and we have this x squared term here. And we do have to put these together and give them give that x squared term a single coefficient. The way to do that is to say, okay, we have 15 and we have minus ab. Those are the two coefficients. We're going to put them together. So we're going to do plus 15 minus ab x squared. I factored out the x squared to this side, basically, so that I have a single coefficient in parentheses. Please let me know if that doesn't make sense, because that is very, very important. And then Brady's doing the same thing with the x term. There's a 4ax, so we're done with this and we're done with this. Now there's a 4ax and a minus 3bx, so he did plus 4a right here, plus minus 3b right there.
Do you all understand that?
Plus 12.
Does that make sense to you? You'll see why you need this in just a sec.
Yeah.
And also, if you could double the viewership, we had like double what we have right now a little while ago, so just bring it back to that.
Yeah.
Someone just heard. We got 11 now. That's good.
Yeah, if you can, what is it, zygote yourself?
Mitosis.
Yeah. What is a zygote?
That's a fertilized egg.
Nice.
Yeah. I think I'd ever do that. Well, it turns out that there is a way to do this. Well, okay. It is a pretty useful skill doing that. But here's where this is going. I'm going to write the second part underneath here. 20x cubed.
Could you go over that part again? I was writing down the terms. Sure. Yes. So the first step from the given was to just distribute things, right? So the two things multiplied, the two factors multiplied together, distribute them, and then now we're combining like terms. And it's there's only a couple steps, so it might seem contrived what we just did, but we have to do that. Okay?
Here's what I'm going to do. I think we should just put the x squared terms next to each other first. I think we probably jumped the gun there by putting them already together. So everything that has an x squared in it, I'm just going to write as the second thing here. So we have minus abx squared, and then we have plus 15x squared. All right, just like with polynomials, you usually, please review standard deviation. I'll put that up there.
Yep.
Okay, then we have the x term, so we have plus 4ax minus 3bx plus 12. All right, this is set equal to what's on the other side, which I'm going to write underneath here. So we have 20x cubed minus 9x squared minus 2x plus 12. Okay? I think it is A or D. Oh, we'll see about that. Okay, one thing that you'll notice is that the 12s on both sides are both 12. So like what we're doing here is we're matching everything from left to right because they say that like for every value of x this works, which means basically you need to have symmetry. So 12 and 12 obviously are equal. The best thing to start with is this one right here. 5ax cubed on the left is equal to 20x cubed on the right. We can easily solve that for a right off the bat. Levi, go ahead and do it.
Because these two expressions are equivalent for all values of x. That means 5a must equal 20.
It has to.
So therefore a equals 4.
Look at that. And so what that lets us do is put that in for a in these places, which will make solving those things a little easier. So we now have minus 4bx squared. Ooh. This is going to be minus 3 times 4, so this is now going to be minus 12x.
Good luck, Kuz.
Minus 12x.
Did we make a mistake, Roby?
1524.
I don't know what that means.
I think something about maybe a times b. I don't know. 15 minus 24.
I don't know where the 24 came from.
Did we miss something? I don't know. We'll just keep going. No, didn't make a mistake. Okay, so now let's look at our x squared terms. We have minus 4bx squared plus 15x squared on the left side. On the right side, we have minus 9x squared. Those two things have to be equal to each other. You don't need a or b. You need a, b. Right, that's very true. So skip a and b. Can we skip A and B and just find AB?
If we have an AB, yeah, we have the minus. Wait,
If
where
we
did the
did
minus
that.
AB? Oh, here. Yeah, you could do it that way.
Oh yeah, that's true. We just skipped over that. I mean, yes,
For
that is-
teaching this concept,
Yes.
we should do it this way.
we should do it exactly. Yeah. Yes, that's kind of a shortcut if you understand. What is CI correct? Okay, so now we can go to this next one. So we have minus 4b plus 15 is equal to negative 9. The coefficients here are equal to the coefficient there. We could solve this for b. Minus 15 is 24. So b is going to be equal to 6. And now that we know that, we have our answer. Because they want AB, it's that you're behind the accelerate thing. Yes. So our answer is they want AB, which is going to be 4 times 6, which is 24, which is C. It's a good time.
It's a very good time.
It's a very good time. Any questions on that? You just got to line everything up and start setting things equal to each other. That's all it comes down to at the end of the day. Isn't that what life is about, too?
Yes. C. The answer is C.
The answer is C.
Yeah.
The answer is always C. Yeah. I don't have the intellect to do part 2.
Okay. It feels contrived because you've never done it in high school, probably. I sort of remembered this type of question when I took the SAT, and I was like, I don't know what this is because I didn't study and I didn't know what's going on.
I once ate what was called...
Yeah, that's cool. So once you get these to be symmetrical, right, then you have to take the ones that match, so the x cubed terms, ignore the x cubed, and then just set the coefficients equal to each other.
I guess $50 an hour for you. What does that mean for your essay services?
No, I think Roby's maybe responding to Dignify. Yes, so careful. X is a variable, A and B are constants, which is a weird thing because you're still solving for A and B and you think about solving for constants.
In this case, the x cubed.
Yes, but yes, you're right. We are ignoring the x cubed. You use it to identify what things you're setting equal to each other. So in this case, the 5a must equal the 20 because those are the coefficients of the x cubed. We have the x squared terms here, so we have to set those equal to each other. It's negative 4, or it's negative ab originally, plus 15. That has to equal negative 9. Do you think I should just skip this problem? Yes, based on how worried you are about it, yes. You can also Google them and do a couple more. My math to English is bonkers.
Here's one thing that might make this a little more sense. Like, I simplified it. Let's say that we have the equation 4x squared plus 3x equals ax squared plus bx. As long as they say for all values of x, what that means is like there's a chance that a, b, and x are all variables, and there's only one way to put them all together in the right way. But if they say that it doesn't matter what x is, that means that this 4x squared needs to be the same as ax squared. That needs to happen. And if that's really the case, then 4 and a have to be equal to each other. That tells us what 4 is. Same thing with 3x and bx. These two things have to be equal to each other as well. They're both the x terms. We have the x squared terms and the x terms, and they need to be equal to each other on both sides. Varsity Tutors is really good for practice questions. Fun little piece of trivia about Varsity Tutors. I once tutored for Varsity Tutors a long time ago. A long time ago.
Did you get fired?
Did I get fired?
Yeah.
No. I burned the Varsity Tutors building down.
Oh, okay.
So I fired them with literal fire.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's such a ridiculous thing
It's
to
a
say.
fun treat, Bird. Isn't that fun? Yeah. Go. Now. Okay. I feel like I'm not going to do well. Here in the moment, you're going to do fine. This is a hard question. Remember, it's not about getting every question right. I'll tell you right now, it's not going to happen. It happens to so few individuals that it's not about trying to like make that happen for yourself. Otherwise, you'll drive yourself crazy because as soon as you get something wrong or you're not sure about something, you're like, well, there goes my 1600. Very, very bad mindset to have. You're just trying to do the best you can. This test is designed to be very difficult so that almost no one gets perfect scores. So do not worry about this really hard question. There will be easier questions. You'll get those ones. It'll be great. Skip the hard questions. Come back if you have time, if you have more time to think about them. They include the solutions. What do you guys major in? Door, not irrelevant at all. I majored in product design, which is an engineering kind of subset major. And Levi majored in
The SAT, my lord.
Levi majored in the SAT. Yeah, right. Levi he majored in theater and performance studies and minored in computer science and French. The discipline is computer science in French. So you learn all of computer science, but the professors are all speaking French to you.
Yeah, the computers all smoke and they wear black. I know.
The
And they're mean to foreigners.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Ooh, French. I also speak baguette. Oui, oui. Hey, look, our community speaks French, just
They
like
speak
you,
baguette.
Levi.
Is that what they really said? That's hilarious.
I speak baguette. Very good. That's extremely good. Yes.
Ooh, yay, this looks fun.
What question? You got something good?
Yeah, baby.
What a combo. Yeah, Levi is just kind of a combo gentleman. Ooh, look at him.
Bam, bam, bam.
All right, somebody asked for standard deviation. Someone also asked for linear inequalities.
Oh, yeah.
Can I tell you the George versus Bush joke, Brady? I'm kind of nervous, Slayer, but I've come to trust you and your politeness. So yes, you may.
Slayer, if it's too off color, we will ban you and your family.
Yes, specifically your family.
Yep.
What is this George W. Bush joke? I don't know. I said George V. Bush. I was thinking like Bush v. Gore for some reason. But that's one person. That's George W. Bush. George W. Bush once joked that the trouble with the French is that they don't have a word for entrepreneur.
Classic GW.
That's excellent. That is excellent. Makes me think of my younger days,
Yeah.
back when George W. Bush was president.
You know what Bush's maiden name was? Bridge. He was actually the
George
original,
Washington Bridge?
Yeah, he was the original steel
GW
structure
Bridge.
that connected New Jersey to New York City.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am now dumber. Good luck. You should also do physics and get a 400 like I did. Here in the moment, why are you scared? Stop
Remember,
being scared.
here in the moment. If you feel a little too scared, remember, you can always repress and dissociate.
The
You're
S
welcome.
just stands for S. Like there's no actual middle name.
The W stands for W.
Last chance before REA. I thought it was heron moment. What? Oh, here in the moment.
Oh, that would be cool.
Heroin moment. No.
No, that's much sillier. Here in the moment makes more
If
sense.
it's a female hero, that's pronounced heroin.
Yeah,
E at
it's
the
spelled
end.
the same way.
No, it's
but
not.
Pronounced
It's
heroin.
spelled with an E at the end.
Oh.
Anyway, I once ate the atomic burger, which was something that they served. It seemed like only one day in my high school career. Turned his out between Ship or Salmon for his middle name.
Oh, wait. Actually, yeah. Heroin has no E, and therefore it's the drug.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, that's what you were saying.
Yes, heroin spelled differently.
No, you were spelling that differently, dude.
No.
Don't you realize what you did and I didn't understand before?
Yeah, I do. I understood it while it was happening.
Oh. It's always nice.
They just called him S.
I used to understand things as they happened.
Yes, but they're homonyms. Or homophones.
It's a
Is there a
homonym.
difference?
Yes.
What's the
The
difference?
spelling.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Like the word lead and the word lead.
No, like homonym is spelled
L-E-A-D.
N-Y-M, and homophone is spelled P-H-O-N-E. So they're pronounced differently and spelled differently.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well,
Did
I'm
you
glad-
like that, Brady?
I'm glad we went over that, Levi. I'm really glad.
You seem really glad.
You know what I want to go get?
For a bird.
I want to go get the Boing Maker.
No, you can't get the boy maker.
Do you guys want me to get the Boing Maker?
Don't listen to him.
I'll get the Boing Maker if
What?
you guys want me to get it.
Nobody answer him.
Dignify says no. But if anyone wants the Boing Maker, I'll go get it. I was
Very
back
good,
there. I was
Dignify.
watching it already. Was that the one about Harry S. Truman or George W. Bush? Roby also does not want the Boing Maker. It was about JFK's father. Oh, JFK Jr.? JFK Jr. was actually JFK's father.
Really?
Oh, JFK's father is Slayer Darth.
Ah.
That makes sense. Does anybody want me to get the Boing Maker? Am I
I
the
want
only
you
one?
to link
this
this
question?
question on the Reddit. It's on my computer. I'm
Oh.
gonna go do that, huh? There you go.
He accrued his wealth by instead of filling the stock market was unregulated.
All right. So we have the system of equations: y equals ax plus b, and y equals negative.
yourself.
I have these two equations. It's the system of equations. The equations of the two lines on the xy plane are shown above. Great. Where a and b are constants. Sure. This is actually similar to the last problem where we have variables and we have constants. A and B are constants. If the two lines intersect at the point 2, 8, what is the value of A? Very interesting. So they both intersect at 2, 8. We're going to have to do a couple things. When a point is on a line, that means you can plug it in and it has to make sense in the equation, right? What do we got here? Okay. Hello. Can someone tell us if that's a useful link, if it's like a bad link? If it's a bad link, we'll ban whoever that is. Hi, Gold. Gold? Hello, Gold. Hopefully that's a good link for fun. Okay, so we have y equals negative bx. Let's start there. Y equals negative bx, and we know that the point 2, 8 is there. 2, 8 must be on y equals, so is on. It must be on there because it's at the intersection of those two. That is the intersection. So therefore, let's plug in. We get 8 equals negative b times 2, which means that b equals negative 4. Okay, Roby, let me know if I did that wrong. Now, we can now say that b is negative 8. We're not looking for b, we're looking for, it's a troll link, great, but not ban-worthy. Good. I hate banning people because I've never done it, I don't know how. Actually, that's not true, I did once. So we have the value of b, but we're trying to find the value of a. So now we have this other equation, which is y equals ax minus 4. We know what b is. That's the first equation that's written up there. That's my equation, not Brady's. Levi, you have a very protruded clavicle bone. It's just the lighting, Dignify, but I've always thought that also about myself. What's the clavicle? Is it one of the thingies here? Yeah. It wasn't that protruded, but then there was an enormous accident, and it was actually the same moment I became a tutor. So we have this, and now also the point 2, 8 works here. So let's do that again. So we get 8 equals a times 2 minus 4. So then we get 4 equals 2a, so we get a equals 2, and a lot of squeaking. So the answer is a. Yay! I love A. Did I screw this up? Easy there. Did I screw this up, Roby? Have I made an enormous mistake? Blast, what have I done? So I plugged in negative 4 for B, and then I have 8 equals 2a minus 4. Yep, I did. Good job. Yes.
So what do I do now?
What do you mean?
Do I still post? I already posted it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's totally fine. Yeah. So we get 12 here. My bad. Had to add 4, and then we get 6. Always write out your work. Dignify, you are not slow. You went just the right speed to get this correct and not be a bozo. Okay, so that's that question. Let's see. Do we have any other questions? We have standard deviation. Who asked for standard deviation? Was that here in the moment? We can talk about that now. It was. Okay, great. So standard deviation, if you want to send us a practice question, cool, we can do that. We don't have to. You do not have to solve for standard deviation. Thank you for the follow, whoever that was. Jason. Thank you for the follow. Please ask us questions. Don't just follow us, because that's very, very creepy. You have to actually talk to the people.
No.
Except for Brady, apparently. Okay, so standard deviation. You do not need to solve for it. You don't have to solve for a Oh, we're not talking about math 2 here in the moment. I'm sorry. No math 2.
Here in the moment, when your lips are close to mine. Here in the moment.
Is that a song?
No, it's This Magic Moment.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. This magic moment.
Earth angel, won't you be mine? Promise to love you all the time.
Okay. Yes, everybody pray. Hi, Jason. Do you have any questions aside from just prayers? Yes, okay, so do you want us to talk about, I can talk about standard deviation if you want, but I'm not going to talk about it for the SAT 2 specifically. Thank you, Roby. Yes, please. Okay. Standard deviation. Standard deviation. Okay, so it's in layman's terms, measure of how far all elements, like things, elements, whatever, are from the average. Okay? It's not a technical definition, but that's what's going on here. So, Dignify, you're famous. Guys, I got 13 upvotes. That's pretty sick, dude. It's cool, dude. Very exciting. So, also, if you're new here, please ask us questions. You must ask us questions and we will answer them. It doesn't have to be math. It's only been math so far, but we can talk about reading or English or whatever. Who ignored you? I ignored you? Did I miss something? Okay, so this is what standard deviation is. If we're going to deal with that as a set of numbers, let's say we have, that's not great, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. That is one set. The average of this is, of course, 3. Now, let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The average of this is also 3. And then we also have, let's say, -1, -1, 7, 7. The average of this is 3. Okay, so they all have the same average. They don't have to have the same average to be able to compare standard deviations, but these are very easily comparable data sets, right? Now, the standard deviation of this one is 0. Okay? So you don't have to be able to see that, but you know, if you look at it, none of them deviate from the mean. All of them are the mean in and of themselves. So, standard deviation of 0. Nothing deviates from the mean. Here, the numbers start spreading out a little bit, so this has some standard deviation. You do not need to be able to calculate it for the SAT, or ACT for that matter. This has a slightly larger standard deviation. It's -1 and 7 and 7. If you find the average, it is still 3, but these numbers are farther from 3. Therefore, this has the largest standard deviation. This has a slightly smaller one. This has the smallest standard deviation you can have. You cannot have a standard deviation that is negative because you can't deviate negatively. It's an absolute value when you actually solve for it, which you don't have to do. Please let me know, does this make sense, what I just talked about here? And then they might, okay, cool. So there's that version where you have data like that. You might also have, let's say, 2 bar graphs. And you say, okay, so here's one data set like this. And then here's another data set like this. So which of these has the greater standard deviation, just very roughly? Well, the mean will probably be around here for this one and, you know, around here for this one. So the standard deviation from the second is 2. I don't think so. I'm not going to actually do the math for it. You do not need to know. You don't have to. You will be able to, yes, you can use your calculator. You just don't have to figure it out. You will always be able to eyeball it when they ask you about standard deviation, okay? Just like here. You can eyeball this too. We don't have any numbers here, but it doesn't really matter. If we're finding the average, at least of the y value stuff, the average of this will be right here, the average of this will be right here. Clearly, the numbers congregate around the mean, right? We have more elements closer to the mean, so the standard deviation of this will be smaller than the standard deviation of this because all these numbers are far away. This is like having, you know, -1s and 7s. This is like having only 3s or more 3s. Are there any calc programs you would suggest to save time? Yes, Zane, if you are a part of our Discord, which I think you did just join in the last couple of days, Brady made a channel called Calc Programs?
Calculator Programs.
There's a channel in our Discord called Calculator Programs. Thank you here in the moment. So if you're not part of it, you can join that Discord, and then you can immediately leave. We don't mind. And there's a channel. Find it there. There's some calculator programs. It's only for the TI-84, right?
And 83.
84 and 83. There's nothing that we have for the Inspire stuff. Okay. This is standard deviation. It's relatively straightforward. It's a weird thing to be able to solve for, but you don't have to on the SAT, so it doesn't matter. It's just being able to tell, okay, find where the average is about roughly, and then see, okay, are all my numbers really close to it or really far away? That's all you have to do. Either in visual form like this, or, oh, sorry for punching the mic. I don't know if that was loud or not. Or with just numbers. Okay, please ask more questions. I don't think we have any Discord questions at the moment, which is fine. We can keep going to... Welcome to the Discord, by the way. Oh, look at that. We do have a question. Sure-de-do. There we go. Didn't I just do this one? Oh, yeah, I did this one. Okay, okay. What? Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey, Sure-de-do. The question you just asked in our Discord on Questions for Stream, that channel, we already did that earlier in the stream. It was at least half an hour ago. I had the picture of the triangle up here. Yes, I can, DFG. Hello, by the way. Good evening.
I will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Yes. How soon? Thanks, Bird. That's super useful. Sometimes I ask Brady questions and he just looks at me and then he leaves, and there's nothing else there. Okay, so what do we got? Yeah, there are questions that might be like, okay, in this data set, which is the biggest? Standard deviation or mean? Or they'll have a data set and they'll say, okay, we'll add a number over here. And then they'll say, okay, what changes the most? Standard deviation, the mean, the average, the range, something like that. Let me give you an example really quickly. This is not the only type of question that it can do, but I want to move on to other stuff as well because this is not a super important topic. And then I will do DFG's question. Linear inequality, yes, sorry. Slayer, are you taking the test? So we did that. Let's do DFG next, and then we have maybe linear inequality. Ooh, inequality. I may not be able to read what I just said there. Okay, so they might say you have this data set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to say that we're adding in the number, let's add in the number 20, okay? So if we're adding in the number 20, outliers cause big changes in some of these statistical things and statistical terms, and not as much in others. So if we're talking about, let's say, mean, standard deviation, range, and mode. And they say, okay, which of these changes the most? Okay. Then you can say, oh, determinant, yes. Determinant of a matrix. You can do that as well. Okay. They ask you which of these changes the most when you add in the number 20. Well, the mean will change. It will increase from 3 to something a little, a bit bigger than 3. But because we have 5 terms, the 20 is a bit diluted. So the standard deviation will change too. We don't know by how much. And then range will change probably by the most. The range was 4 from 1 to 5. That's the difference between the min and the max. But now the range is 1 to 20, so it's 19. Brady, thank you. Thank you so much.
I got the Boing Maker.
Everybody told you they didn't want it.
What?
They told you they didn't want it.
No, I said don't. I said you guys don't want me to not bring it, and everyone's like, no, bring it.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
And then mode doesn't change because there is no mode here. It's just like, nah. There's only one of each.
Yeah. Play something. Oh gosh. Oh, don't make me play anything.
Yeah.
Don't make me play anything.
He can't. You guys shouldn't rush. You aren't going to sleep until at least 10. Us? Oh, we are. That's true. We're not going to sleep until pretty late because we have our roommate's birthday, actually.
Anyway. Apparently you can chip your teeth using one of these, which I'm really excited about.
Technically, there's no failing grade for the SAT.
Nope, not tonight, Roby.
We don't drink.
We actually don't.
Yeah, so like normally we stay away from that type of stuff, but like yeah, we don't drink, so we can say that.
Yeah, we do
Yeah.
not. We do
Yeah.
not. We do not drink.
Yeah. Brady only drinks water, and he only drinks it out of bird baths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bird baths.
Bird baths.
Baths. Yes. Yeah, actually, really, Levi and I both have our own reasons, but yeah, we don't drink.
Brady's a bird, so literally, it would kill him.
Yep.
And then I have at least one friend who's a bird, so out of, respect for him.
I look like I'm on Adderall. What is that supposed to mean? Because I was on this thing. I want to do a question, Levi.
You can't, dude.
Why?
You don't know
You've been
anything.
doing everything, and I've been doing nothing.
I'm so sorry. You haven't done anything. You are going to find your ridiculous little boing thing.
My little boing thing?
Your little boing thing.
Well, I found it. Why are we calling him Bird? Because I'm a bird.
Yeah, he's a bird.
That's why.
That's where I found him.
Yes.
He fell out of his nest one day, and he had a broken wing, so I ripped it off. And then the other one actually became his microcloth
Microfiber cloth?
micro rag.
Take my broken wing and turn it into a microfiber cloth.
Okay, you're gonna have to do a question.
I want to do something.
You're
now.
gonna do something. Just you watch. Okay, Shirty Do. Is that DFG? Wait. Okay, sorry. We need to do this in order. So,
DFG.
who's Shirty Do? Is that Zane?
Shirty Do reveal yourself, not expose yourself.
Brady's a good singer. That's why he sounds good when he sings.
That's not true.
Okay, so
Stop. I was good enough for character roles in college. I wasn't more of a. I couldn't really do the leading man voice because I'm not really working with that kind of equipment. More for fun voices. Give me a question, fool.
DFG, we did your question. The last one you sent with the arc stuff, we did that at the end last night. Conic sections.
Put it up. 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 Put it up. Put it up. Put it up. Up. Up.
Linear
All right.
inequalities.
Is that me?
Can you do that?
Yeah. Can I do them?
Yeah.
That's the one thing I can't do.
Okay. Do you want me to do it?
No, I don't. I'll still do it.
Okay.
It's up to the giveaway. I wasn't here earlier. Conic's in the test.
Oh, yeah. So, if you are, I should have said this again earlier, but if you are a senior, we're doing a giveaway for college application essay revision stuff. So, it's an hour with me for free where I will revise what you've written, or I can help you brainstorm, or it's something where we can like sort of write stuff together, which does not mean I write it for you. I don't write a word that you don't say out loud to me or write down yourself. Okay. There you go, DFG.
Can I do this now?
Arithmetic sequences.
Put it up.
Yeah, baby.
Love them. Love them. Favorite kind of sequences, except for geometric. Yes, they're both on it. Okay. So this is for what, Slayer Darth? Is that who wanted linear equations? Slayer Darth. There you are. Very good. Okay.
Sweet Slayer.
Very good. Okay, so linear inequalities are graphed just like normal equations. This is going to look very similar to y equals 4x plus 3. So we think about this in terms of slope-intercept form. We have a y-intercept of 3, and we're going to be going up 4 over 1. So it's going to look something like this. So a little something like that, okay? So your first step is just to graph it normally like a slope-intercept form line. Now, the difference here is that we shade to one side of it, okay? Because this inequality, just like if I said, x is greater than 4, there are an infinite number of numbers that are greater than 4. There's so many numbers that are greater than 4. But with equations, with y and x in them, there are points here on both sides of the line. And it's the points themselves that might fit the inequality and might not. Now, one thing to think about is that they can be found directly on the line. Like, if you're using x is greater than or equal to 4, you can use 4 itself because it can be equal to that. So y is equal to 4x plus 3 is acceptable. So these points can be found on the line. Then the question is, what side of the line will the other points be found on? This side or this side? There's an easy way to do this. Y is greater than, up. If it's greater than, you go up. So if you shade upward, it turns out you're shading this side. That's it. Y is greater than, you shade up. If Y is less than, you shade down. Okay? So let's do a different one, and let's change up some of the situations here. We're going to have Y is less than negative x minus 4. So slope-intercept form, we have a y-intercept of negative 4, and we are going down by a slope of negative 1. So we cannot be on the line itself. This is not equal to, this is only less than, which means we use a dotted line. Dotted line. Just like when you're using a number line and you've got, the closed dot versus the open dot. This is the two-dimensional equivalent. It is a solid line or a dotted line. Y is less than, down. That's it, down. Very good. Okay, a lot of questions here. We use these comparison operators all the time in programming. Very good. Yes, as you should. My father used to use these all the time in his programming. That is, until the operation. If we want to have a system, we would basically be putting y is greater than left. Y is greater than left. I'm not sure what you mean by y. Y is, anyway. If you have a system of inequalities, you basically map them on top of each other. And then you shade a patch that is shared by both of them. Here in the moment, what do you mean? Oh, y is greater than left. I see. Oh, because if you start at any point on this line and shade upward, you're on this side of the line. You're not going to be on this side of the line. Any point you shade upward. So you could just think of shading above the line. I mean, left and up are kind of relative terms here, but it's this side of it, which is upper left. You shade up, you find yourself on this side. That's all. So don't think of it in terms of, left or right. Think of it in terms of, are you above the line or below the line? Y is greater than. That means we are above the line. This right here is less than, we are below the line. So left and right is not exactly the best way to think about this. Okay, so let's say that we had this inequality also here. So I'm just going to redraw this thing here. We got a dotted line. And we're shading below it. The solution to this system of linear inequalities is the patch that shares both of them, which is everything in this patch right here. I'm going to really give myself, wow, this marker's not doing wonders for me. Let me make it thick. Everything here, all this. Because it has to be less than that, has to be greater than that, and it's just this little shape thing here. Everything in that region of space, that is going to be a solution. Are you guys LOL nerds as well? LOL nerds. No. Nerds will the world. Oh, okay. We want to be. We just don't know how. Can you teach us? Noids rule the world. Swinging around on Noids ropes. That are really, really tasty. You know, Nerds ropes are actually really bad for you. A lot of people think that they're like...
Okay, determinant of a matrix. This is only going to be done or asked of you for 2x2 matrices. That's it. Or muscle buffs, like Brendan.
I'm going to do one over here.
You guys don't know Brendan. Okay, Brady is setting up a matrix. If we are asked to determine the determinant of this matrix...
Determine the determinant?
Yes. You do it like that. Uh-oh, easy there, Birdstar.
What was that?
Punch the thing, dude.
What is that?
You ruined it.
What, did I just tape full?
I don't know.
Okay.
You guys see anything?
Okay. What you do is you take these two numbers in this diagonal and you multiply them together, 4 times 6, and then you subtract
wait.
these two. What?
Determinant's not on the SAT. Matrices aren't on the SAT.
You're right.
Don't worry about this. Let's just stop. Good point, guys. Good point.
You will not see it. Did they say
what
that?
A giant waste of time.
Yeah.
Here in the moment, get out of here.
Sorry.
Whatever he said over there is not true. Don't think about it.
Well, no, that's how to do it. Shh. It's just not on...
Shh. Yeah. Keep talking. That's fine.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Shirty, let's do a Shirty question. Shirty do. The exclamation point enter only works on the it doesn't work on the Discord chat, but good try. It only works in Twitch's chat.
Mmm.
I can't, dude.
Mmm.
It's really stuck in there.
Mmm.
Yeah. Your teeth have already started to mold to it.
Mmm.
Yeah.
I did it.
Great.
It has been done.
Did I do it? Did you what? Did you enter? Okay, so let's do this question of yours, sure, Dizzle. Bam. Bam.
Sick quest, brah. Now we're backwards hats. My personality will change to reflect that. Point P is on the center of the circle. You know what else is on the center of the circle? My mom.
Oh, that's good.
It's. Anyone here watch the regular show?
No, do you?
I did.
All right. That is the best circle I can draw.
It's like I'm a bird inside of an egg. Like that.
It's just like that.
That's what I thought it was.
That's how I found you. Well, let's just draw the marker there instead. Oh,
no!
God. Sorry.
No!
That's what it was supposed to be.
Stop.
Oh,
Stop.
All right, so anyway, we're going to move on, guys. We have this thing here. Wow, this is just the worst thing I've ever drawn. Get out of here. I think it's important to understand how annoying Brady is when you live with him and when you work with him. It's just the worst. Wow, this is also the worst thing ever.
Can you draw this or what?
I don't think so.
Well, make this lower.
Dude, I couldn't know.
Look at where C is.
There's no
C
way
is
I
down
could have
here.
known.
It's down
I could
here.
not have possibly known. I'm going to break that inside. I'm just going to...
Wow, that looks a lot better.
Yeah, it was a marker. That's right. Mine's out of the gutter. Take them right out of there. So all we know is that this is 20 degrees here.
Oh, I know more than that.
No, stop talking. And this is 20 degrees here. Lovely. Now, they are telling us that this is the center of the circle. That's pretty obvious, sure. We want to know what x degrees is. Yeah? So, how do we solve for x? When you get a circle question, anytime you get a circle question and there's a picture, you need to figure out if it's useful to draw in radii. You have no idea what to do with the shape. This is a weird shape. If you draw in a radius to an important point...
Where's the shape? I can't find it. Where? Is this the shape?
It's the shape.
What's X?
I don't know.
Where's X?
I don't know.
You gotta calculate it for me.
You forgot your robe. So that didn't work.
That's not true.
Didn't that hurt your throat? Doing that voice?
Well, you heard my voice more than I heard Harvey. Where's Harvey?
So we draw in a radius that's going from the center, obviously, to an important point. We already have that radius. We already have that radius. Anytime you draw in a radius, it's probably going to help you. Obviously, don't draw it to some random point on the circle. Now, we know this is R. This is also R, and this is also R, because that's the center. Yes, Bird?
Unless it's working for Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
It's a mole.
A mole.
It's not going to help you.
Mm.
You got to watch out. Commissioner Gordon's a good guy. But some of his men, they're not good.
Oh, gosh. All right. This is an isosceles triangle here that we've created. I didn't know, I actually did know that's going to happen because I've done this question about 50 times. But we draw in this radius. Now we realize we have an isosceles triangle with two R's here. So that means the opposite, the sides opposite the congruent angle, congruent sides will be congruent themselves. This is 20 degrees. This from this top isosceles triangle is also 20 degrees, which means by whatever the theorem, whatever. Interior angles add up to 180, yeah? So 20, 20, that's 40. So this has to be 140 degrees. This has to be 140 degrees. Together, they're 280 degrees. And therefore, x will be the remaining out of 360, making this equal to 80 degrees. So that would be the value of x. X would be 80. Please let me know if that doesn't make sense. The approach to this question, because you of course will not get this one on the test, is when you get a picture of a circle, you draw in a radius. Maybe you have to draw in multiple radii. Okay? Wait, how did you know it was isosceles? I knew because the side I drew in is r. It has a length of r, right? I don't know what that length is, but it's the radius of the circle. So is this, and so is this. So those are equivalent lengths.
Was there a question about circles?
I think there was.
Would you like me to scope out your work?
Yeah, so I want to explain this to everybody. What happened here?
I feel like it's wrong.
You do?
You know why?
I don't.
Because I didn't do it.
Oh.
That's why it's wrong.
Okay.
Even if you got the right answer, it's still wrong. For I am Circumference, here to marry Princess Diameter and kill the king, taking the throne for myself, and using my power to solve circle questions across the land. And this looks pretty good. You got it right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell them that. Do that dance that you do. Remember?
Yes.
That dance you always do.
Yes, I will do the dance.
Yeah, do that dance you always do.
All right.
And make that noise you make with the dance.
Was that the dance you wanted, or was it the dance that you deserved?
It's the dance I deserved, I think.
I think it was as well. Give me a question, fool.
I thought I was a knave.
No, you're a fool now, and if you try a little harder, you'll be my court jester.
Okay.
When I inevitably become king.
What are you going to do before you become king?
I'll make you my court jester in training.
Oh, thanks, dude.
There'll be documents signed so that as soon as I become king, you become court jester.
Very good. Surety, we did that. Conic sections. Can you do a conic section?
I can do several of them.
Circumference will do some conic sections. Wasn't your cousin Sir Conic section?
My father was a conic section on his mother's side. That's how I know conic sections
That makes literally no sense as a metaphor or joke.
What are you talking about? My goal here is not to be funny. Take two cones, one inverted, one proverted. Cut them in any way you'd like, making cross sections, and you will create conic sections. A slice parallel to the base, you ask? That will create a circle. A slice not parallel to the base? That will create an ellipse. Perhaps a slice that's parallel to the side of one of the cones, but not the other. That will create a parabola. Lastly, a slice that cuts through both cones at the same time. That will create a hyperbola. These are the four conic sections. What is this? Is that legal? I feel bait. Smell bait? I don't know. Fishing. Don't do it! You have nothing to gain and only things to lose. Anyway, the conic sections you need to know are circles and ellipses. Parabolas in the conic section sense are not required. You need to understand parabolas from a quadratic standpoint, but not from a conical standpoint. It's just foolish. Hyperbolas also. Don't worry about those. Yes, it does. Is this inflationary theory of the Big Bang? I don't know. Oh, this does look kind of like that, doesn't it? Yes, but we didn't understand things about the Big Bang from whence I came. If I download the distance formula part, I'm going to do it in 3 dimensions. Not the one I have on there, but the distance formula in 3 dimensions is not only very easy, but also not even on the SAT. So don't worry about that. If it's Math 2 you're talking about, you just need to find your delta x squared plus delta y squared plus delta z squared. I take the square root of all of that. Anyway, conic sections you must know. Circles and ellipses. Isn't that Heron's formula? No, it is not. Heron's formula is not that. Heron's formula is S. S minus A. S minus B. S minus C. Where S is the semi-perimeter of a triangle. Very different thing. You're just thinking of square roots with stuff underneath it. Fool! Sorry, that's from my father. I can't stop myself. The equation for graphing a circle is x squared plus y squared equals r squared. Looks a little familiar, doesn't it? Doesn't it, Levi?
Yes, Bert.
Very good. That's because it's basically Pythagorean theorem. Keep in mind that a circle is a collection of all points that are a certain distance away from a central point.
Oh, like the thing you just drew?
Does not look great. This would kind of be the circle in that case, the center. Well, jeez. You know what? Hold on. The center... I need to redraw this. This is just a disaster. Kind of like the Third Crusade, in which we failed to capture Jerusalem. Straight down. Maybe it was the Second Crusade. I wasn't there. There we go. Every point on this circle is one radius away from the central point. So if these points obey the distance formula, and they're a certain radius away, they're found on the circle. What do I mean by that? Simple! The radius is 5, the point 3, 4. Probably somewhere around here. Is it on the circle? Yes, it is. The distance from the center to 3, 4, if you use the distance formula, will be 5. If you're a point that's 5 units away from the center, you're on the circle, baby. No ifs, ands, and or buts. So, all the points that work will follow this pattern. X squared plus y squared equals r squared. With this circle here, the radius is 5. The equation would simply be x squared plus y squared is equal to 25. For that is 5 squared. Distance formula. Would you like to know the distance formula? Question mark? Yes. Yes, I suppose that would be pretty important for this. Dignify. You will only fail if you have a failing attitude. When my friend Arthur pulled the sword out of the stone, he didn't think for a second he was going to fail. He knew that sword would slide out of that stone. This is Euclidean distance. You talking about like taxicab geometry where you have to go up and over and all that stuff? So, let us assume we have the point 1, 1 and the point 4, 5. We want to find this distance between them. Sorry, maybe not. He? What, Arthur? King Arthur? He was a man. Anyway, the way we find distances is we treat them as hypotenuses of right triangles, where this side is the difference between the x values 1 and 4. 4 minus 1, 3. This side is the distance between the y values. The y values are 1 and 5, so this is 4. Using Pythagorean theorem, you'll get 5 for your hypotenuse. So when all else fails, draw yourself a right triangle on the coordinate plane and find the hypotenuse. If you'd like to know the distance formula, I'll write it here, but it is in the program that I have on our Discord. You're essentially taking the square root of a squared plus b squared to find c, which in this case is our distance. That is the distance formula, knave. Coming back to the circles now. So if we have a circle that has a radius of 5, we know 3, 4 will be on it. What about negative 4, 3? Negative 4, negative 3. Will that still work? Of course it will, because we square these values. X becomes positive 16, y becomes positive 9. Add them together, you get 25. You're good to go. There was a Taco Bell slogan a little while ago. It's good to go. Haven't been to Taco Bell in a while. Pretty good. This segment of our programming is brought to you by Taco Bell. One last thing about circles. is when their centers are not the origin. Oh my God, wait, is he writing backwards or am I insane? You mean like this? Is that what you meant? Am I going insane? Over the course of the Third Crusade, Levi and I met with some Oriental mystics who taught us the art of writing backwards. Took us many months to master it. Several on our journey went insane, but Levi and I were able to figure it out. Where's my other frag? You were definitely illiterate in a different life. I don't even know what that means. What do those strange markings say? Fun fact. Da Vinci wrote backwards because he was a lefty and he was sick of getting ink on the side of his hand, which I personally relate to because I'm also a lefty, but I didn't teach myself to write backwards because our software flips the footage. We're writing forwards, but the software flips the footage. Our software is the softest software in the land. Anyway, if you have a circle that is centered at not the origin, you use this formula, where HK is the center. So if your center is 3, -7, and your radius is 6, you plug all this in. You have x minus 3. You're subtracting the center coordinates. Plus y plus 7 squared is equal to 36. That is a circle centered at 3, -7 with a radius of 6. You want to draw it out? Sure. I did ellipses earlier in this. Well, it wasn't me. It was someone else that did ellipses earlier in this video.
That was my business partner.
That's right. So 3, -7 down here with a radius of 6. Yes, something like that. It's not great, but something like that. Get it? Because Levi's a brand of jeans. Yes, the jester. Make me laugh, fool.
No.
Make the boing noise.
I don't. Where is it?
Where's what?
Your boing noiser.
You are the boing maker. Make some boing. I am circumference. I shall not be treated this way.
All right, let's do. Oh my gosh, let's do arithmetic sequences. Don't get carried away too much, Dignify. All right, so we have this sequence of things here in the moment. Were you the one who was asking about arithmetic sequences? There are a couple ways they might define it for you. They might just give this to you, and they'll say, what is the 30th term, right? And you can figure it out. Obviously, in this one, it's not that hard. But basically what we're doing is we're adding 2 every time, right? So you can say, well, if this is the first term. Is that on screen? Yes. This is the second, third, and so on. So you can say, if I need to find the 30th term, you could just do it out, but if the numbers get complicated, it's going to be too difficult to do that. You can say, well, the first term is 1, and then I'm going to add the number of terms after that, so that would be 29 more terms. 29 times, we normally use d as this number, plus 2, but it's going to be plus 2. So we add 2 to the first number 29 times to get to the final answer, which would be whatever this is, 59.
The 30th term?
The 30th term, yeah.
The 30th term.
Yes.
Cookie dough?
Yeah, thanks, Bird.
Make some boing. Aha, you got it, Dignify.
No. Dignify is not talking to you.
That's good.
ACT, SAT prep.
What? What's wrong with you today? You're very weird.
Everything you do is funny.
That's not true. What about all the kids that I wanted to think I was funny growing up that didn't think I was funny?
Oh.
They didn't think the things I did were funny.
The answer is no. We're very sober.
No.
Okay. So that's one way to look at it. They might also give you something where they say a sub 1 equals -6. And then they'll say a sub n equals a sub n minus 1. Let's see. There are,
Plus 2n.
we could do
At the same
geometric
time.
sequences or something.
Let's just keep this arithmetic just to make this notation
plus 2n?
comfortable. Just let's say plus 3.
Plus 3. Okay, so they'll say this, and then they'll say, okay, what is the 15th term? Or maybe they'll say a sub 17 is -6, something like that. And this is basically your D again. This is D up here. That was also D. Okay? So this is what this is saying. This notation is saying if you have some random a sub n, so that's in your n being the nth term of the sequence. So n would be 1 here, n would be 2 here. Now these are two totally separate situations. So for a sub n, that means let's say the 7th term. Then the 7th, if that's the 7th term, that would be equal to, I didn't line this up well at all, the 6th term plus 3.
This refers to the term before.
Yes, the n minus 1th term.
Yeah.
The previous term, and we add 3 to it. So there's that situation. And then you're going to say, okay, well, to find that nth term, I have to, I mean, it depends on the question. But does this make sense? It does make sense. Yes, it does. Good.
Can I do geometric?
Sorry?
Can I do geometric?
Yes, you can.
Very good.
All right. So this is arithmetic. This is when you're adding something every time. You could be adding a negative or adding a fraction. It doesn't matter. If you're adding or subtracting or anything like that, arithmetic.
Or adding a new friend to your group of friends.
Geometric?
Sure. Geometric sequences. Similar pattern, but instead of adding or subtracting, we're multiplying. So if you saw something like this, let's say we were doing, what are we multiplying by here? Can you convert a recurrent form to a function of n? Yes, you can. So this is recursive, and you can convert it to an explicit formula. Yes, you can. They're never going to ask you to do that, but yeah, it's very possible. We're multiplying by 3 each time. This is called the common ratio of this geometric sequence. So they might ask you to find something like, oh, you know what? Here's a fun one. We're going to say 7 blank blank 16.3. And you got to find the 2 terms in the middle. So how do we find that? Well, you could just put some in your calculator and see if it's that and multiply it by 3 times. Did you get 16.3? No, you got to adjust. It's going to take you forever. You don't want to do that. Okay? Think about what you're doing every time. You're multiplying by some number r, common ratio r, to get to the next thing. So if you multiply 7 by r, you get 7r. If you multiply by r again, you get 7r squared. If you multiply by r again, you get 7r cubed. But we know what 7r cubed is. This looks like a fraction. Disregard that. 7r cubed is 16.3. So we can use our calculator to figure out what r cubed is in this case. Divide by 7, take the cube root, you've got your r. That's a good time, okay? Then once you have your r, you can plug it back in and find what these 2 terms are, okay? So next situation, I'm just going to make this up. Let's say that our r that we got was 1.7.
Why not 3, my lord?
It's 1.7.
Why not 3, my lord?
Because 1.7 and 3 are totally different numbers.
My father was a seven.
Was a what?
Seven.
A seven?
Seven, my lord. 1 seven.
Great. What if they wanted you to find the 30th term? You want to punch in your calculator 30 times? No, you don't. No one wants that. Nobody wants that. It's not going to be fun. Here's what you can do. You can start at whatever term you know. So like, well, I'm going to start at 16.3 just to show you what's going on. From 16.3, you're going to be multiplying by r a bunch of times to get to the 30th term. If this is the first term and this is the 4th term, how many jumps are you making to get from the 4th term to the 30th term?
Why not 3, my lord?
Are yourself out. Yeah, Roby, I made it up. I know. And just trying to show you something else. So, you know what? Just forget this. There. You happy? Now it could be. You'd be multiplying by r 26 times. 30 minus 4, 26 jumps. So if we multiply 16.3 by r 26 times, we don't want to have to literally multiply by r 26 times, so we use an exponent, okay? This is what we're going to do. We're going to multiply by 1.7 to the 26th power. Do not forget to start with 16.3. Don't just find r to the 26th power. You're starting with 16.3. Likewise, if we had, I don't know, let's say it was 7 here, and just to please Roby, this is no longer 16.3. We would start with our first term, 7. We'd multiply by our r 29 times. It's going to take 29 multiplications to get from the first term to the 30th term, because 30 minus 1 is 29.
Sums are not on it, no.
Sums are not on it. Don't worry about sums. Do not despair if you like them. They're just not on it. So, those are arithmetic and geometric sequences. Any questions? Wait a second. Biscuit? Biscuit's now following! Levi, get up here. We got a new follower.
Oh, it was Biscuit.
Hey, Biscuit.
Hey, Biscuit.
Welcome to the fold.
Thank you. It's very folded over here.
Yeah, it's very fold.
Much like my bed.
Yeah, Levi's bed folds.
Yeah, I got a foldable bed frame.
It's this.
It was extremely expensive. It is the most expensive thing I've ever bought, aside from college, which I didn't actually buy, more rented for 4 years. And it was all my parents' money.
That's good.
Yeah. And also public funds and, you know, other things.
Other things, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait,
Private
why didn't you
donations.
guys hug when I followed? We did like a side hug. Oh, when you followed. It's because I'm not the same as Powerpuff Girl. Oh. Yeah, that's exactly the logic that went through our heads, Dignify. So you have only yourself to blame for that.
Yep.
Yeah. Next we have symmetry. Symmetry?
Yes, there's a symmetrical question.
Oh, I like those.
No.
My mother's grandmother's great uncle's neighbor was a symmetrical question. Boing.
Oh, just kidding. Not that one.
Have we done any grammar?
No. Yo, anybody have any questions on like commas or independent clauses or colons or any type of question? We can pull up. Let me just show you real quick.
We can do anything.
We are literally capable of anything.
Yeah.
So be careful, because we'll end you.
Yes.
We can pull up the SAT practice number 5 if you want, and we can have that up on the screen.
Dignify's got a problem with its.
Like that situation.
All right, Dignify.
So we can do that if you want. Just saying.
Let's do its.
Anything apostrophe. Okay. Well, there was one Reddit question I wanted to do first.
Okay.
Ooh. Do you like this one?
Wait, so what's the symmetry one? Are we going to do that?
No.
Okay. We're going to talk its and apostrophes. Not necessarily its.
So very, very soon.
Its is a weird case, though. So we do need to talk about that. I was hoping we wouldn't have to, but we know we do.
Okay, so this is a function notation question. Take an entire practice test on stream. Absolutely not.
What do you take us for? Streamers that do SAT, ACT stuff, so it'd be really logical for us to just do an ACT or SAT on the stream?
Yeah, think about that.
Think about the logic behind that. Or the lack thereof.
Okay, so we have f of x equals 5x squared minus 3. Wow.
Dignify, we're going to answer all your questions about apostrophes. It will be glorious.
Okay, I'm digging in.
New markers already?
What do you mean already?
I feel like you always have new markers.
No, it's because I'm not lefty, so I don't smush the marker against the glass.
Right. Well, see, that's what I do.
Oh.
You're doing that.
No. So,
Yes.
5x squared minus 3. And we also are told that f of x plus... Ooh.
So much for a new marker. What?
f of x plus a equals, they say 5x squared plus... Your head looks so small, Brady.
That's because
But in a good way.
Oh. Is that good for me?
I think so, yeah. Okay, so we're told these two things. We have to get from one to the other. Whenever you're given something like this, in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy, and if we were to say f of 2 here, most of you would probably know that you plug in 2 for x, you get 20 minus 3, so 17, right? Anytime you put anything in these parentheses here, you're replacing x with that thing so that you can put it there too. So we're going to replace it with x plus a and see what happens, okay? Because we're told that f of x plus a is that. But by doing f of x plus a here, also, can you link this to the Reddit thing?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to replace anything with x plus a. You know what? I'm going to do this in another color to make it a little clearer. So, x plus a. And that equals 5x plus a squared minus 3. Yeah? Hi. Oh, Witch, you've been here before, right? Teenage Mutant Ninja Twitch? Oh, Twitch, that's what it was. Yes, now I remember. Welcome back. If you have any questions, let us know. So, this will equal... Now we have to FOIL this, so we get 5 times x squared plus 2ax plus a squared, close parentheses, minus 3. If we distribute, we get 5x squared plus 10ax plus 5a squared minus 3. And now we're going to map it on to this version of the equation over here. So I'm going to rewrite it, and I'm going to write it in pink. So that is going to come up here, and I'm just going to write it exactly. So, and I'm going to write, let's do it this way, 5x squared. So clearly that's exactly the same thing, so that's good. And then we have plus 10ax plus 10ax plus 5a squared minus 3. This is where you use symmetry to find the value of a. So this is like the last symmetry problem we did, if anybody remembers that one. Thank you, Brady. Great. So we have lined up all the x terms with the corresponding x. We have x terms here. We have constant terms here because a is a constant. We have x squared here. Right? So if we break these apart, these are exactly the same, so there's nothing to do there.
Don't break them apart, my lord.
Don't.
They grew up together.
Can't separate them?
They're like brothers.
Oh. All right, so now we have 30x and 10ax.
Why not 3, my lord?
That doesn't make sense, Brady, and it's only funny when I do it to you. At least from my perspective. So, we'll get 30 equals 10a. We're going to set the coefficients equal to each other. And we get a equals 3.
Why not 3, my lord?
It is 3.
I told you.
We got him a lord in the chat. Did you commented on the post?
What?
Great. Thank you, Brady. Wait, we gotta wait. What about the other side? The 42 and stuff. Oh, okay. So I only used what was necessary, but we will find out the same thing with the 42. So if we're going to set those two equal to each other, I'll just do that up here. We have 42 equals, I hope it equals, 5a squared minus 3. Then we get 45 equals 5a squared, and then we get 9 equals a squared, and so a equals positive or negative 3. We would have to plug that back in and double check. But we know that 3 works. Just going to make sure all my pluses and minuses are correct. Yeah. Yeah, they're good. Cool. Are you writing all this stuff backwards for the camera? No, it's mainly that you're seeing it backwards.
Yes. We have very, very little time left.
Very, very
Small
little
time.
few time.
Little few time. We should talk about its.
Oh, yes. Okay, we're going to talk about its. Also, if you're a senior, please enter the raffle. We're trying to give away a free hour of college application essay revisions. So if you're interested in that, then you should just do ! Enter. If you're not, you shouldn't do that.
All right. 3 itses. Its, and its. One of them does not exist, even though I wrote it. It is this one. This is never a thing. So this is just wrong. Wrong. You should never pick its with an apostrophe after the S. This one here is the contraction, meaning it is. That's what that means. So if you see that, and you can say it is, and it makes sense, that's what you want. This one is possessive. It's manipulative and it's possessive. It won't let you go. Like, okay, let's give them examples. So I would say something like, let's get some space here. There we go. Oh yeah, absolutely. Why not? This is exactly what the cat ordered. All right. It's a fine motorbike. What's like a very British name? Arthur?
Yep.
It's a fine motorbike, Arthur. It is a fine motorbike. We know it's its. This is when you say something like, you'd say, Arthur ragged me. The motorbike has lost its wheels. Possessive. The wheels belong to the motorbike. We wouldn't say lost it is wheels. That just wouldn't make sense. Lost its wheels. This is the one awkward thing, is when you see this, it looks like, you know, apostrophe S usually means possession. Levi's markers. It means that it's his markers. But in this case, we wouldn't be able to differentiate between it is and possessive its, so we had to break a rule in grammar and make a new kind of its. What's the difference between however and on the other hand? Not much of one. If you can use one, you can use the other. So if you see both of them and they're used exactly the same way, you wouldn't be able to pick one versus the other because they're both the same. So there must be something wrong about them.
There's a possibility. I mean, there are some contexts where one would be better than the other. Like on the other hand is saying, what was it? On the other hand and however?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two options. On the other hand is two options. So like we could go to the water park. On the other hand, we could stay in. However would not be great in that situation. All right, I take kind of back what I said. They're not the same thing.
And I kind of don't.
Yeah, you don't take back what you said because it's the right thing. Yes, exactly. Equations of scatter plots. Pick 2 points that are like very much on that line of best fit and find the slope between those. But you don't need to have. There's not really many questions where you have to calculate the slope of a scatter plot. I don't know exactly, but price is the last name. Yes. Okay. So apostrophes for possession. I don't have a lot of time.
Okay, so yeah, let's do apostrophes for possession. Can you erase this stuff and I can start talking about it?
Yeah.
Okay, last thing, and then we're going to have to go. For those of you who are going to tune out in the next couple of minutes, that's fine. Good luck on the test, although you do not need it. We appreciate you watching, and hopefully we can help you in the future. If this is not your last test, we do this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday every week anyway. So just tune in. It's just we posted it on Reddit today, so we got more viewers and more people are on Reddit today. So enter this. Join our Discord if you want. You can always @ us on the SAT or ACT Discords. We do ACT too, just not tonight. We also do private tutoring if you want to do that. And also, if you don't win this and you want college app essay revisions or help or whatever, then you can talk to us and you have to pay for it.
Do apostrophes.
Apostrophes. Okay, so apostrophes for possessive.
They also do contractions, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about apostrophes used for possession.
There are 2 options. The first one is what you always do unless it's the second one. All right? Apostrophe S. That's all you do. You always try to add apostrophe S. All right? There's only one case where you... So this is, let's say, Levi's... I'll put some examples. Keep going. Brady's...
Yes.
Do Jess's also.
All right.
And then we have the exception. which is very common. Here's the exception. If you have a word, so the word that's getting that's doing the ownership, the word is plural and ends in S already.
Real quick, these situations, men's room, it's still apostrophe S. Jess's bike, we add an extra S. The way we say it, Jess's bike. So this is all still that rule, just apostrophe S. Keep going.
Yes, because Jess is not plural. Ends in S, sure, but it's not plural. You need both of these things to happen. So an example of this would be dogs, or cats, or books. Children would go over here, right? Oh boy. Children. Children is plural, but it doesn't end in S. So children's books, pages. Okay? Children's books, pages. So the children own the books have the pages. Children is plural, but it doesn't end in S, so it's just apostrophe S. Here, we try to do apostrophe S, but it doesn't work because it's plural and it ends in S already, so you just do an apostrophe. Oh, I have to say what you actually do here. That means that you add apostrophe only. That is how you do it. Is today always singular? Singular. Yes, unless you're talking about it like all the todays of this year. I wouldn't see that ever.
Today is Monday. It's singular.
Oh, if you see today apostrophe S, that would probably be the contraction. So that's the other one. This is possessive. Contractions are like it's, whose,
Didn't
is a contraction. And you use context there. Generally, it's pretty easy to tell if you want possessive or you want a contraction, right? And then from there, possessive is just, let's try to add an apostrophe S unless we have this exception. Tails.
You have to figure out, are these things supposed to be plural? If they are, then the apostrophe goes after that S.
Yeah, and a lot of times they'll do two things next to each other like this. So don't say, okay, which one looks right? You need to decide, do I want this word to be plural, or do I want it to be singular? And that might be that will be based on context. And then you'll say, okay, well, based on that, do I add apostrophe S, or do I want it to be possessive? And then apostrophe S, or just an apostrophe, and then you'll have to do it for the second word as well.
We've got to go.
Next to each other. We got to go. All right, have a lovely evening. Get some sleep, eat well, drink water between test sections. Jump up, get out of the room, get out of the chair for sure, in that order. And we will hopefully see you next week, couple of weeks. And oh wait, we need to do the raffle. We do.
Oh, okay. Go.
All right. So raffle winner stuff. I don't know if this is gonna work. We have a good number of enterers. Actually, not really. Not many of you, so that's actually good for your chances. And let's see, we're going to close last call. Does anybody want to get any more tickets? If you've already gotten one, you could get more, possibly. It's based on the amount of time you've watched, I think. So if you're a senior, you want essay help, do ! Enter right now. Do it very quickly. Zane, yours did, but try it again. You might get more. Yeah, there you go. That just showed up on my computer, just so you know. So try it again. Give you another 30 seconds. Just keep trying. It's not working. DFG, it's not working. Then maybe you can't? DFG. Try ! Ticket, DFG. I don't know why it's not working for you, DFG. Oh, there you are. Okay, you have 4 tickets now, so you're in there, DFG. All right, last call. DFG, you're in. Some examples here in the moment. You're in. Slayer Darth is in. Zane is in. Biscuit is in. There's more people. Okay. There you go. I'm going to close it in 5, 4. Well, me counting down doesn't help because once you see it, it's ruined. So I'm going to close it now. The giveaway is closed. We're going to draw one winner. If you win, whisper at us on Twitch so that we know it's you. All right. Then let's see. We're going to draw a winner. Bird, you want to come up here for this? Or no?
No, I have to send this email.
Okay, Brady's sending an email. And also, this is what you're going to be working with me on the essays because I do that. Okay, we're going to draw a winner. It'll probably tell you. Yeah, the giveaway's done, DFG, sorry. And let's draw a winner. Zane, you won. Congrats.
Yay!
25% chance, jeez. That's a good shot, dude. You were not the only one with a 25% chance. We'll probably do more raffles going forward, just so you guys know. So this is not the end for you. And if you want private essay revision help, then let us know and you can pay for it. So Zane, just send us a message starting on Twitch, and we'll figure it out. But I'm not going to respond now because we're going to go... What are we going to? Karaoke?
We gotta go.
We're going karaoke.
Benihana. Not
What?
karaoke. It's with
That's
a
new.
reservation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a lovely night, everybody. Good luck tomorrow. We'll see you soon.
Yay!